So, what do all of these images have in common? Well, they're all goats. Yep, even this bland, plain, generic looking NPC.
Impossible.
Now, to those who don't know, this guy right here is the Gatekeeper, and he's called Gatekeeper. Pretty much, he has no actual name. But still, he ended up being a fan favorite for the Fire Emblem community, being as popular, if not more popular, than some of the franchise's main protagonists, despite not being a playable character. Now, Fire Emblem does have other popular generic NPCs like Javkev, Pentax, 313 Archer, and Rallyman, but the reason why these guys are well liked is because of how amazing they are in the battlefield. On the other hand, Gatekeeper is well, he's a guy that keeps the gate. You never see him in combat. So what made him worthy of joining the NPC's Hall of Fame? What's so special about him? Why is he so popular? Well, don't worry, because today I'll share with you the tale of Fire Emblem's Gatekeeper.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Gatekeeper made his first ever appearance in Fire Emblem Three Houses, and if you made it this far into the video, which isn't that much, you probably have a good idea about what Fire Emblem is. But if you're not a weeb, it's basically a strategic tactical RPG where the gameplay resembles chess, but it also adds in a gajillion more layers and some anime looking characters, some hot, some not.
No, officer, she's
Your Honor, I have a birth certificate. She's technically 900
Like
years old.
He's out of line, but he's right.
The Fire Emblem franchise is known for taking up slots for most of the sword characters in Smash, its good lore, amazing gameplay, busting soundtrack, and of course, the ability to marry your waifu or husbando, because anime. Now, with a game that focuses a lot on its story, combat, and character writing, how did Gatekeeper become so popular if he doesn't have much of a presence in those aspects? Well, actually, he's kind of in the story, but not actually. He's just like a background character, but he does give some world building, kind of like the people who act as trees in their school plays like. What made Gatekeeper so endearing is his personality, which is actually crazy to think because at a glance, he's just some plain soldier. And if you never interacted with him,
Sir?
Nope.
you'd be shocked to think that a guy like him has a quirky nature, and you'd probably be confused as to why he's so popular. So be thankful if you've ever speak to him just once on your playthrough, because that's all you need to be a fan of him. Now, onto the actual video. In Three Houses, part of the gameplay includes you running around the monastery, exploring the place, and interacting with the other characters. But if you're monkey brain and not interested, you could skip this whole process, but like don't, because you ain't gonna see Gatekeeper if you keep doing that. On your first day of the monastery, Gatekeeper already makes an appearance, giving you the chance to have a sweet taste of his charming, charismatic, and chill nature.
Greetings. You must be the new professor. What a pleasure.
This man said, "What a pleasure." Bro, if I was working in some new place and one of my future colleagues says, "What a pleasure," after seeing me, goddamn, I'd be smiling.
As for me, my job is to stand here at this glorious entrance and leisurely watch over the comings and goings of everyone. Make folks smile, you know?
This man already did his job perfectly. How can you not smile? He speaks in such a welcoming and happy way, giving off good vibes. He's basically that one social kid in the classroom that brightens up the class.
And by that, I mean to vigilantly guard this entrance with my very life. No levity whatsoever. As of now, nothing to report.
What a man, guarding the entrance with his very life. You can see how passionate this guy is when it comes to his job. Gatekeeper just nails the first impression. It's really rare to come across these type of NPCs. At this point, he already makes a name for himself. But it ain't over yet, cause there's still more to his lines. The next time you see him, he's already being relatable.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. By the by, have you ever regretted a decision and wished you could go back and undo it?
Yes.
Obviously, his dialogue is referencing the Divine Pulse mechanic, which lets you go back in time if you make a mistake in game. But damn, the way he said that line made it feel like he was about to give you some life advice. Which he actually does.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Also, this is where he finally starts saying his iconic,
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
This is a classic line in Fire Emblem Three Houses, and it will forever be cherished by many players around the world. The way he delivers that line, man, it's just so catchy. It's so good. But speaking about delivery, another reason why Gatekeeper's dialogue is pretty memorable is because of his voice actor, Kyle McCarley, a talented guy who even voices other popular Fire Emblem characters.
I am a mercenary.
I'll crush these bastards.
So with all that, it's no wonder Gatekeeper has been rising in popularity throughout the Fire Emblem community. He's just a lovable guy. Every time you talk to him, your day automatically gets better. From the way he speaks and acts, you can tell he's a genuinely nice person. Like, he's such a down-to-earth character, always giving you a wholesome talk, or just being a normal human, if that makes sense. Really, despite looking like some generic NPC, Gatekeeper has a personality.
Are you settled in here at the monastery yet? Make sure to have a good look around. There's much to see. Like fish. Have you talked with Catherine yet? If the knights are the cream of the crop, she's the cream of the cream. I'll be working as a guide. I hope I get to guide some lovely ladies around. I never realized that bandits had entered. I'm not a great guard after all, am I? I hope you will forgive me one day. There is a masked individual who has been going into town every evening and not returning until the following morning. You see, nothing gets past this guard. If a man and a woman go to the goddess tower and make a wish, it's sure to come true. I have a wish, but I can't find anybody to make it with me. My older twin works for the Knights of Saros, but I think he's just a grunt, not a noble gatekeeper like yours truly.
Hey, Professor! Thanks for your hard work again. Nothing to report today. Was I convincing? Was it like he was standing right in front of you?
Professor, thank you for all you have done for us. Nothing to report today.
So yeah, Gatekeeper really is an amazing character. How can you not like the guy? He's such a homie, always there at the monastery, guarding the gate, and ready to give you the news of the mod and to just talk about life. Speaking with him is always an enjoyable experience, and he always provides a unique perspective on the world of Three Houses. You see, he's in quite a unique spot. He is the monastery's gatekeeper. He has no time to fight on the battlefield, meaning that he would always talk about ongoing events in a different point of view, which adds depth to the game's world building.
Is everyone setting out on a big campaign? Not exactly. Ah, so you're meeting up with the reinforcements. Well, you can leave guarding this place to me. I'll keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
Gatekeeper really feels like a realistic character. It's insane. There's just something so charming about his interactions. He's a good person. Plus, when you end up marrying Constance, because you know she's the best girl, he makes an appearance during the cutscene.
Please excuse me. I can see you're busy. Your fiancé? Since when were you engaged?
Man, what a man. In any playthrough, Gatekeeper is for sure going to leave a mark on you. And that's how he quickly became a fan favorite in the community. And also, thanks to Violet, he makes an appearance in Smash. And hey, he might just be a background character, but being in Smash is a huge achievement.
Oh, no.
What the fuck you say to me, you little
Now, we can't talk about Fire Emblem without mentioning Heroes, the mobile game. It's basically your good old Fire Emblem but mobile with the same shit look, good art, shit mat, and good music. However, this time, you can marry up to 3 people.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Only if you have money though, just like in real life. Wait a minute. In any case, one cool thing about Fire Emblem Heroes is the Choose Your Legends event, an annual voting campaign where the top 2 men and women receive a special alternative skin. Basically, it's a popularity contest where the winners get to have sick clothes and unique skills. So far, Choose Your Legends has occurred 5 times, and most of the time, the winner were usually main protagonists or just characters that people wanted to get into the game. And I am people. I voted for Lycidia, and I have no regrets.
Shut up and take my money!
Now with the title of this video, you can probably tell where this is going. Fire Emblem Three Houses was released in 2019 and characters of that game slowly made their debut in Heroes afterwards. So of course, Treehouse characters were not eligible for being voted in the Choose Your Legends 4 event. And man, did they steamroll the competition. Most of the top 100, not even top 50 actually, top 10 were filled with characters from Three Houses. Although Gatekeeper wasn't anywhere to be seen, even though he was a huge phenomenon that spiked in popularity. But that's just because he wasn't even an option during the event, and this all changed in the next year, Choose Your Legends 5. Yep, for the 5th annual popularity poll, Gatekeeper was eligible for votes, and man did that cause some chaos. As soon as people noticed he was an option, the Fire Emblem community went nuts. Everyone was surprised to see Gatekeeper, and of course, people voted for him. A lot of people actually. Whether it was on Reddit, YouTube, or Twitter, you'd find some propaganda for Gatekeeper. It was unbelievable. Some people were memeing, some genuinely liked the character, and others wanted to see what would the developers do if a generic NPC wins the event. There were plenty of reasons to vote for Gatekeeper, and it quickly got messy as soon as the interim results were posted. The thing is, Truth or Legends lasts 7 days. On the first days, players generally vote for their favorite characters. They spread out their choices to show their passion for their beloved waifus and husbandos. But it all changes when the interim results appear. These midterm rankings can cause quite the commotion because it shows which character actually has a chance of winning. Like, you're not gonna vote for some nobody when that won't affect the top 2 results. For example, in Truth or Legends 3, Camila was first during the interim results, but in the end, she came in second with a huge difference of 8,000 votes. Yeah, the community really did not want Camila to be in first place. And well, in Truth or Legends 5, something similar happens. In the men's division, Gatekeeper was in second place, beating popular characters like Chrom, Violet, and Seliph. It was unbelievable, and man did it cause a shitstorm. People were either confused, pleasantly surprised, or straight up furious. One half of the community was happy that Gatekeeper had a chance of getting into the game, while the other half was angry at the thought of an NPC getting a special skin and stealing a spot from someone who deserves it. After the interim results, the community was a wildfire. Arguments were thrown left and right, propaganda and essays on Gatekeeper's placings were being posted everywhere. Some people believe he was only winning because of recency bias and the memes, while others say that they voted for Gatekeeper because they really do care about him. The midterm results literally caused the event to become a 3-way fight between Mart, Chrom, and Gatekeeper's placings. Gatekeeper's fans were aiming to maintain their rank, or even go beyond after some of the backlash from the community. Chrom fans were trying to reach the top 2 as this was the closest he's ever been to winning a Truth or Legends event, and they did not want to be beaten by an NPC. And finally, Mart fans were very scared of dropping out of the top 2 since it happens every freaking time. It's pretty much tradition at this point. But in the end, after days of arguing on the internet, the final results were posted online, and yeah, Gatekeeper ended in first place, by a huge margin. And that is a pretty absurd achievement for a generic NPC. There's maybe some players that voted him for the memes, but I'm pretty sure no one would deny Gatekeeper's crazy popularity. That's just to show that sometimes you don't have to be a main character, have a unique design, or have some interesting backstory to be a lovable icon. Being a bundle of joy and giving smiles on players' face is enough to become a memorable character. And also, by the way, can we talk about how he was implemented in Heroes? In the Forging Bonds event, he goes up against Tor like a true Chad. His art is beautiful, looking like it came straight out of Final Fantasy. He says his iconic greeting line, and his attack animation is literally him calling the whole monastery to beat your ass.
Avengers! Assemble.
I am Ferdinand von...